Hello, everyone. If you're just joining us, my name is Kaleen O'Connor, and I am joining the call tonight from Clearwater, Florida, which is on the Gulf Coast of Florida here in the United States. We've got folks joining from literally all over the world. So the first thing I love to say is whether it's nighttime or morning time for you, probably not afternoon. The Europeans are, I'm sure, asleep right now, but we really appreciate that you have freed up your schedule to join us and be a part of this gathering. This is an opportunity for us to dive into the world of cellular health. So we invite you to come down at that molecular level tonight. We're not going to get too sciencey on you, I promise, but we are going to share with you a phenomenal breakthrough that is changing lives all over the world, including mine. It's made a huge difference in my life and my family's life. And there are many reasons why people look at this breakthrough or this technology. One might be that you yourself have a health challenge or a loved one that you know has a health challenge. You also might just really want to improve, as Stevie says, your human performance. So if you're athletic, you like to work out on a professional level, on an amateur level, you can increase endurance and speed up recovery with these resources that you're going to learn about tonight. Some of us, as Danny said, often none of us can avoid the disease we call aging. So if you want to feel stronger, look younger, look better, more beautiful, despite the aging process, this is a good place for you to tune in. Also, you know, with a breakthrough comes an incredible opportunity. And so you might be looking at having additional income or an opportunity to help people and get paid while making a difference. So whatever the reason is that you're here tonight, those are just some of many. Tune in and we're going to do a presentation. We're going to have an incredible life story, a piece of a person's life story. And we're going to then tell you how you can take advantage of these resources. And then we'll end up with live question and answer right at the very end. So if you have questions that come up during the presentation, do us a favor and you can put them in the chat box immediately or write them down so you don't forget them, and we will do our best to get to them at the very end. So with that, I'd like to introduce you to our first presenter, Mr. Stevie. He's coming to us all the way from Australia and is a phenomenal educator on this health breakthrough and is helping people all over the world, both as consumers as well as people that choose to educate and share this breakthrough as well. So we couldn't have a better presenter tonight. Stevie, over to you.
Wow, awesome, Kaleen. Thank you so much for having me here. And I love working with you. I love it because you keep me grounded and you help me get all this stuff out of my head. And but also it is high priority for me to align myself with people who truly, sincerely want to better people's lives and be a force for good in the world. And you're doing that for thousands, not just in your area, but all over the world. So thank you very much. And I just want to say, someone said they're from Brooklyn. That's cool, because that's where Steve Rogers is from. That's where Captain America is from. So welcome to the call. Thank you very much, everybody, for having me here. You know, literally almost from the moment that this information was handed to me, and it was handed to me by my best mate, who you were going to hear in a few moments after me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you some information where the importance of this information is very high. And just give me one sec. The importance of this information is very high because the significant impact and difference it's making in people's lives is incredibly deep. The gentleman that handed it to me, you know, I knew for many years before he introduced me to this information. And, you know, I and we, all of his friends and family saw him going from a situation where he and his doctors felt hopeless, which is not a word he would use, because he's, you know, anything he's been able to put his mind to, he's been able to do. He's an incredibly successful and fun-loving and generous and intelligent and kind-hearted guy. You're really going to love this guy when you hear from him in the moment. But this situation looked like it wasn't given in anywhere to get out. And he got out of it thanks to this incredible information that I'm going to share with you now. And so I'm glad that you are here. It's significant information. And not only is it significant for you to learn about this, but I believe that you're going to find it significant for your loved ones to hear about this information as well. I'm going to tell you right now what we're talking about. It is considered by medical experts, scientific researchers to be, just one sec, I've made a mistake here. I'm not sharing my screen properly. There we go. The most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime, truly the most significant. You know, the discoveries of DNA, the discoveries of penicillin were huge medical breakthroughs, huge medical discoveries. The medical science experts are saying this breakthrough is not just the next big one, but goes even deeper than anything we've ever seen before. We'll go over a breakthrough that for 2 decades, not only science had declared was impossible, but it is literally an entirely new frontier in health science. A breakthrough with enormous potential, proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory studies. A very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goal or challenge you can think of, just remarkable results. And drug companies wanted it shut down. More about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, let's be clear about what this is not. This is not a drug. It's not a vitamin, not a mineral, and not an antioxidant formula. We're not talking about secret herbs, spices, exotic berries, fancy juices, super shakes, essential oils, magic magnets, alkaline waters, electrolyte waters, laser light fruits, magical 5,000-year-old trees, CBD oils, lotions, potions, gadgets, or any of the other stuff. What we'll be talking about here is none of those things. Again, it is an entirely new frontier in science, a truly groundbreaking and category-creating healthcare breakthrough. ASEA Redox cell signaling technology contains active redox molecules. What are those? Well, they are the exact same cellular messages that are already made natively in your body that affect cell signaling, that affect cell-to-cell communication and in instruction, gene expression in a positive way, helping your cells to be able to detect and protect healthy cells, detect and repair damaged cells, detect and replace cells that are too damaged to be repaired, activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection, call in the immune cells, and keep all of your cells functioning and healing at optimal levels. Now, why is this important? You are made entirely of cells. Therefore, you literally live and die at the cellular level. Healthy cells, healthy life. Unhealthy cells, I think you get the picture, right? Now, redox biochemistry is foundational to all cellular health and healing, and therefore all health and healing and operation of your body. It is an essential function for normal physiology. In fact, a wide range of biochemical and physiological processes critically depend on redox signaling in and among our cells. So in other words, if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more seconds from now. Without your redox signaling molecules, life ends. So the question is, well, if these redox signaling molecules are in me, why should I use your product to put more in me? And here's the answer. When we're born, we make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. However, with age, stress, diet, toxins, and other environmental assaults, our cells break down and our body's ability to make redox signaling molecules declines daily. As such, our cells break down even more. And with it, so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. So ASEA takes science seriously. And so they don't do any scientific studies. Instead, ASEA is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of redox signaling supplementation, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in every body. ASEA Redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translate to health at its most foundational level. ASEA Redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways, affect genes that improve immune system health, that help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, that help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, that improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and that modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. Now, these genes are key in the health of every individual and play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Additionally, ASEA Redox has been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%, and lower oxidative stress. Head professors of this university study saying one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. Now, that is significant because all degenerative health conditions are caused by oxidative stress. And ASEA is proven to be 100% safe, 0% toxicity. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. They're already in you. Your body already makes them, but your body just can't make as much of them anymore like it did when it was younger. So as Kaleen mentioned, any health goal, if you have health challenges or if you have loved ones you want to help who are struggling with their health, if you have a wish to look, live, and feel young again, if you have the sense for protecting your health and don't want to become old and unwell, you'd like to prevent that, or if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism in sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, any health goal you can think of, Redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. Let us hear from some medical doctors right now what they have to say.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it, and people need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries. But now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies. And this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
Okay, so that is cellular health from the inside out. Now, I'd like to talk a little bit about cellular health from the outside in. And actually, what I'd like to do is show it to you, because it's made possible from the outside in with ASEA's topical versions of redox signaling technology, Renew 28 Revitalizing Redox Gel, and Renew Advanced Intensive Redox Serum, supported and enhanced by their complementary all-natural ingredients products, Renew Advanced Gentle Refining Cleanser, and Ultra Replenishing Moisturizer. But a picture speaks 1,000 words. And so let some of these pictures speak to you, because this is more than anti-aging results. What you're going to see is age reversing results, wrinkles disappearing, lines fading, elasticity coming back to the skin, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, other signs of poor health to the skin being repaired, being rejuvenated, being brought back to proper surfaces of the skin, even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions coming back to the body's blueprint. This is Rosie, and believe it or not, Rosie didn't believe that the products were doing anything for her. Can you believe that, looking at those two pictures on the left, after just 7 weeks? Now, the reason that Rosie didn't believe that she was having a result is she didn't believe she saw a difference because she didn't take any pictures. So how could she? Luckily, her doctor took the pictures, and then that's how Rosie could see her result. So 2 morals of this story. Number 1, when you say to your friend, yeah, I'd like to get on these products and see how they go, take photos. That's how you see how it goes. Write down an inventory of your health from head to toe, inside out, and record your results along the way. The second moral of the story is that some people notice results, dramatic results, right away, like Rosie. However, other people need to apply a little bit more product and a little bit more patience. What we know scientifically is that redox signaling molecules work in every single person, every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for redox molecules to not work in you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the body changing. This doctor here decided to do a scientific experiment on his very own face and use Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Spot the difference. I'll give you some clues. Have a look at the lines running down either side of the corners of the mouth. Or what about the lines running down either side of the nose, down the cheek? What about the cheeks? Maybe being more baggy, perhaps even more wrinkly on one side compared to the other. Here's the biggest clue of all. Have a look at how the glasses are slanting to one side of the face, perhaps suggesting some more droopiness on that side as opposed to the other. And I've thanked this doctor many times personally and continue to do it on these calls. Thank you, doctor, for walking around like a weirdo. Because he did this for 28 days, went out in public like this, just to show you where redox molecules work, where you put them versus where you don't put them. Now, it's not just for your face, arms, hands, bellies, and bums. These are pictures that were done in a scientific study because there were lots of reports coming in all over the world that people using Renew 28 were saying that their cellulite was disappearing. And so this scientific organization did a study and they found after 12 weeks that the appearance of cellulite was actually reducing. And so they took ultrasounds to find out what was going on, and they saw the fat, the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually dissolving after just 12 weeks of using the Renew 28 gel. Now, with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. The greater the breakthrough, the greater the opportunity. And you are being shown the greatest health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime, perhaps of many lifetimes, in fact. Now, ASEA is based in Nobel Prize-winning research since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in '98 for their first discovery of redox signaling molecules. There have now been multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field. If you went along to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and you typed in redox signaling, you would see well over this number, over 30,000 results. There's a very difficult slide for me to keep up with. It's already out of date because there are more than 150 studies coming out almost every single month. There are over 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling molecules, and they have their own medical health journal. Redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. There are now multiple universities who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and world redox congresses being held all about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox. With one such doctor, a professor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and a title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. The race is on with medical and pharmaceutical industries to understand the complex paths and functions of redox signaling, to earn recognition for discoveries, and to create drugs for specific health conditions. They, however, face a long and slow process, while ASEA is already light years ahead for two simple reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades now, no one other than one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, atomic medical physicist, has been able to figure out how to create and how to stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. For the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that was impossible. And two, ASEA is heavily patented. So of course that means no copycats. Of course that means no competition. That means no one in the world has what ASEA has. No one. And so ASEA holds massive opportunities across all health science sectors: healthcare, wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion-dollar industries, and ASEA serves them all at a depth and level like no one has ever been allowed to serve these industries before. Redox works on everybody. Nothing in the body works as well, or in truth at all, without redox. Redox can't hurt anybody. Everybody needs redox. And ASEA is the only company in the world that the world can get a redox supplement from. ASEA is an entrepreneur's dream. Now, our mission here at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We want to help a lot of people. We can't do that on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word. And ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn commissions just by sharing redox with others. You receive a residual income, not only from the first, but also from every single ongoing repeat purchase made by everyone you refer to ASEA. But you also receive a residual income from the repeat purchases made by every single person they and others also refer. So just like when you recommend a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, whatever, people naturally tell people who naturally tell other people who then tell even more people. Word of mouth marketing is not just the oldest, but the most powerful form of marketing in the world. there's no limits, especially with how connected the world is in today's age. Word spreads worldwide and very quickly. And ASEA is currently in 35 countries and opening up new markets almost every single year. Based on the existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million in the next 5 years. So for people who are looking for an extra part-time, full-time, I just want more time, big time, or maybe a legacy leaving income for loved ones. For business-minded people, this is a very significant and very real opportunity to be paid a very significant income, a residual income from the growth of this global expansion. But really, there's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. That's exactly what you get to do and be a part of with ASEA. You get to join forces with others who are also being a force for good in the world. Who you become, really, who you become and what you do is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make you. However, not only can you make great money, you can even be rewarded on top of all that with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world and have a really great time, meeting great people, making great friends, having great experiences, and living a great lifestyle. So why aren't you hearing about this from your doctor? And maybe you are, because there are now hundreds of doctors all over the world now recommending Redox to their patients and seeing unprecedented results. But big pharmaceutical companies, after seeing tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research and clinical studies proving ASEA was the real deal, did offer to pay huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to the ASEA Redox technology. However, they wanted ASEA to shut down and they wanted to take everyone off the Redox. Thankfully, founders of ASEA, Virtus Norden and son Tyler Norden, said no to the payout and yes to the people, because after Virtus and Tyler saw people who went from severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless to now experiencing life-changing power from redox-signaling molecules, Virtus and Tyler were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to get this breakthrough for you, for humanity, out to the world. And so what had started as a big business play had now become a very big, important, and purposeful mission. The ASEA founders, Virtus and Tyler, they turned down that huge sum of money from pharmaceutical companies for you, deciding instead to go the supplement route rather than the drug route in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to you and everyone without a prescription. And as demonstrated in this first and very important decision, ASEA puts people and principles before ego and economics. The ASEA founders and their corporate team come from Fortune 500 and greater backgrounds. And so they are very exceptional and experienced in running big and profitable businesses. However, they pride themselves on never doing it at the cost of people. So you are in extremely good hands. So I want to invite you to stick around because we're going to hear from my best mate in just a moment. But at the end of this, not only get back to the person who shared this with you, and don't worry about what the time is, I'm sure they will be glad to hear from you, but let them know what you've liked best about what you've seen here. If you have any questions, ask them. We and they can point you to where you can find the answers, as there's plenty of university studies, and most important of all, hundreds of thousands of real people's life-changing redox experiences for you to see ASEA is the real deal. We truly want to help you. So at the least, I hope you'll become part of this redox reality and live better, healthier, younger, stronger, longer. But one of ASEA's guiding principles is to become more, because it's really what you become that determines what you can overcome, that ultimately determines your income in life. So if you want a better life, income, lifestyle, if you'll pass this information on for many, many others, you can better the lives of many, many others, and your life will become better. If you decide to become a part of being a force for good in the world with ASEA, your life will be filled with more good. And so thank you very much for spending this time with me. May you always be happy. May you always be well. And ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases Thank you, and I'll hand it back to you, Kaleen. Oh, you're muted still?
Why am I doing that tonight? Thank you. Anyway, thanks, guys, and thank you, Stevie. We're going to bring in Dan Doyle now, who has an incredible story, both as a consumer of ASEA and actively building the business all over the place. So, Danny, thank you for joining us. Oh, we just lost him. He'll be back in a moment. He's probably trying to share his screen. There we go.
Exactly. Thank you, Kaleen. Thanks, Stevie.
You're
okay,
welcome.
let me share my screen. And while I'm doing that, you guys can give me the thumbs up whether you can see this.
Right now, we see amazing palm trees behind you. There we go. It's yep, it's coming up.
Oh, looking good. Okay.
Perfect.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I'm not going to distract you either, guys. I'm going to just stop my video so you can concentrate on the presentation and what we're continuing with here. And at the end of this, we're going to do a Q&A after Kaleen wraps up. As I like to say, each time that we do present this to you, that we are not here to think or try and sell anything to you guys. Any of you guests on here, please relax. This is merely information for you guys to make your own mind up what you want to do with that information. I just noticed I had an internet connection failure. Hopefully everybody can hear okay. So I'm going to go through what it was like for me before ASEA, and I'm going to go through what it was like for me when introduced to ASEA and once I started taking it. And with the responsibility of my health in my doctor's hands, I can tell you I wouldn't be talking to you right now. So this is a big deal. And just to reiterate, we can't make any claims. Stevie mentioned that these products, this technology, is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. What I, especially the guests on here, is open up your mind and really have a look at this technology and value for what it's for, because you know, it is our responsibility to look after our health. It is not the doctor's responsibilities to look after our health. We get in trouble with our health because normally we don't look after our health. So nutrition, exercise, and definitely these redox signaling molecules that we're talking about, they're all as critical as each other. I would definitely put redox on top of everything else, knowing what I know. And I do consume a lot of this product, and I continue to, due to the fact I'm into longevity. I want to live as long as possible, as healthy as possible. And this is the beginning of my story. I did grow up in Sydney, Australia. I am based here in Honolulu in Hawaii now. I played a lot of sports to distract myself from school, and this was one of them. This was my last sport after playing rugby and doing judo, gymnastics, surfing, aerobics, and I got heavily into bodybuilding because I owned a bodybuilding shop and a gym. Now, this was the age 24 years old. Fast forward to 44 years old, I wasn't a bodybuilder anymore. And I always like to say when people look at this photo, don't get too excited, ladies, because I don't look like this anymore. But I do look after myself. But fast forward to 44, and I wasn't into bodybuilding, but I was actually into cardiovascular. I used to do a lot of work in the gym on conditioning, on my fitness, doing a stationary bike, a stepper, treadmill, and I just wanted to lead into 50 years old and be the best version physically of a 50-year-old that I can be. And I'm really lucky that I maintained my condition, because 6 months later I found a little lump underneath my left rib, and this is me 6 months after that photo, and the doctors gave me some really bad news, told me that I had not one but two major health challenges. And I spent 2.5 years in and out of a hospital in Sydney, in Australia, and that was my life. And to be honest with you, for a part of it, I didn't want to go on because of what they were doing to me and the way it made me felt. What I went through, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. This is a friend of mine, Johnny. He was 21 years old in this photo. He had played the highest levels of rugby league. He'd been through the hospital visits that I started in this photo. And he went into remission, and he was all good in this photo, the time we took this photo. After this photo was taken, though, his situation, his issue came back. He went back into that hospital in Sydney in Australia and unfortunately didn't come out. We lost him at the age of 23 years old. So what we had was very, very serious. At the end of my 2.5 years of those hospital visits, my doctors told me to get my affairs in order. Wasn't really happy with that. Called my specialist a few choice names. I thought I was going to be okay because I'm in the hands of the experts, because I was one of those guys who believed that the doctors were responsible for looking after my health. But I learned pretty quick when I was told to get my affairs in order. I went to do some due diligence. I went to learn how I can look after my body, how I can get it heading in the right direction. Did some research. My research led to an alkaline diet. Also led to a lot of good products around the world from network marketing companies. I was on Zango for 2 years, their mangosteen juice, Isogenics from Isogenics Product B. I was on LifeVantage, Protandim, Kangen Water, Cellgevity from Max Products, all these products from network marketing companies. Now listen, as a consumer, it was very difficult for me to get onto these products because I had the mentality that I didn't like the business model, so why buy the products? But I wanted to live, and I knew they were good products. So you would think 2 years on an alkaline diet, eating deep sea fish, vegetables, salads, and all these products, my health would have been heading in the right direction, but that wasn't the case. This is a photo of me 2 years doing all that. So what you're seeing here is a reflection of what was still happening on the inside. My blood works were still heading in the wrong direction. I was still in a lot of trouble with my health. I got a phone call from a friend of mine. This was taken in October 2014. Long story short, headed to Salt Lake City, started on a SEA, 3 hours going through a major detox, 12 hours, a 20-year stomach issue had gone away, and in 48 hours, all the lung damage caused by what they did to me in that hospital, and I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time, my lungs were functioning perfect. That was my 2 to 3 days results by starting on these magic little molecules. So I went back to Australia. I kept drinking these molecules, still not quite understanding what they were, but I was having little wins along the way. Health benefits were happening. My health was heading in the right direction. By June 2015, because unfortunately I could only afford the maintenance amount of product, 1 bottle per week, when I probably needed at least 1 bottle per day with what I was going through. But in June 2015, I managed to, from being totally broke and losing everything when I lost my health, to picking up financially, because I started sharing this with others and helping others. And as a byproduct of helping others, I would receive these thank you checks from ASEA, from the company, and I would invest those thank you checks back into my own health. So I started drinking more product 8 months after I started, and by December 2015, just over 1 year after I started, doctors gave me some very good news, and this is a picture of me on that day. No sign of those 2 major health challenges, multiple injuries from playing sports had gone away, pollen problems for 20 years, sneezing, runny nose. My whole body was rebuilt in 2015. Fast forward, have a look at the anti-aging effects. So what you're seeing, if I go back, as I said, this is a reflection of what was happening on the inside. This was a reflection of what was happening on the inside at that time after a year on the product, and after 3 years on the product, this is a reflection of what was happening on the inside. If I come back to me now, what you can see now is a reflection of what's happening on the inside, and hopefully I look better than what I did 2 years ago in that last photo. So we've got an incredible product, an incredible breakthrough, very compelling opportunity. I'm going to get back to Kaleen pretty quick today because we're running a little bit short on time, and we really like to open up for questions. And we do have an incredible training session with a very special guest at the top of the hour. So, but just to let you know financially, guys, I wasn't looking at the business. I couldn't stand network marketing. As a byproduct, as I said, of getting my health back, I engaged in the business and help people. And I believe that there's not a more compelling opportunity that we'll ever see, especially in these times. Thanks, Kaleen. Over to you.
Okay, I have an adventure when I share my screen that I can't unmute myself. So let me, okay, guys, here we go. Thank you, Danny. That was phenomenal. Okay, guys, so we're going to wrap up the presentation in just a moment. I just want to orient you on how you can take advantage of the resources that come from our amazing partner biotech company, ASEA. So as you can see here, just a reminder, You have the blue bottles, which is the ASEA drinkable form of these cell signaling molecules on the left. On the far right, you have the topical gel called Renew 28. You saw phenomenal before and after pictures from Stevie's presentation. And then partnered with that topical gel is just a phenomenal, clean, organic skincare line. And then in the middle, we also do carry whole food nutrition. The availability of that will vary from country to country, but it works quite well with the molecules being the labor force of the body, the raw materials of the body, that just like the food that you eat or medicine you might be taking, with the molecules in the drink and the gel being your labor force that carry those raw materials in. So we are a complete cellular health company from the inside out. And wherever you are tonight now at the end of this presentation, definitely take a moment and get your questions answered with us or with the person that invited you here tonight, or morning time, wherever you are in the world. You might just want to be a consumer, and we can help you get started very easily and open up your own account to have the product directly shipped to you. You may also find that you love to share this breakthrough with others on any level. Sometimes people just do it to be able to pay for their product. Others might want additional income. You know, speaking in the US dollar frame of reference, an extra $500 to $1,000 a month can make a big difference for someone. And some people really want to build this business to replace their full-time income, make this a profession, or even have what we call lifestyle income. So whatever your desires are, get back with the person that shared this with you, and we can help, first of all, create a good product plan with your consumer health goals, and also a business plan if you are interested in joining us in this global project. Now, back to the consumer side of life very quickly. This graph represents the importance of making sure when you try particularly the drinkable form of the molecules, the ASEA cell signaling drink supplement, you want to commit to at least a 90-day trial. You can see from this little bar graph, and this is based on 10 years of consumer knowledge, usually damaged cells that lead to physical imbalances in the body that you're perceiving and dealing with didn't start overnight. So it takes time as you restore that cellular communication, as Stevie talked about in all the different ways that he was looking at it in the presentation. And with that in mind, we find that only maybe 15% of consumers will perceive a difference by just trying a bottle or trying it for a week or trying it for a month. So if you're going to do the drink, go all in on it. Don't go halfway. It's better to go all in, or don't go in at all, so to speak. And there are other options like starting with the topical gel and things like that, because we really want you to have a phenomenal consumer experience so that you know that this product works and that it really can help you achieve the goals that you have. Okay, so keep that in mind. This again just references that you can buy the product full price, or you can buy it wholesale. And when you buy it wholesale, you do get a 25% discount on the pricing that you would if you just bought it retail or full price. You can do that as a preferred customer. Just be a pure customer and get your product every month based on your product plan. You can also then open up what's called an associate account, which allows you to be a distributor for sure to yourself, and also to share it with others as a business. And when you do that, there is a membership fee. And again, I'm referencing US dollars, but I know people are joining us from everywhere around the world. So it would be the equivalent of $40 US in your currency. And then once a year, you just pay a $25 renewal fee to keep the benefits of that account, okay? The company, the reason this particular image is very important to let you know that the company itself does provide a 30-day money-back guarantee, which again really lowers the risk of you getting started on this product as soon as possible. Because within your first 30 days, if you really aren't happy, the company will refund your money minus the shipping cost. But one of the things why I want to bring this up is you will sometimes see this product for sale on other websites like Amazon or eBay. And that is not a direct line connected to our company. So when you do that, you're not getting the support of a distributor, getting a product plan worked out, or you don't often even know what you're getting. People have sometimes ordered off Amazon, just not knowing any better, and they got expired product. And you wouldn't get a 30-day money-back guarantee because you're not connected directly to our company as a consumer. So always go back to the person that shared this with you and worked directly with a registered distributor of ASEA, and you get all the support and benefits from that, which really are what make us stand alone in terms of a cellular health and wellness company. Okay? This is just giving you a quick image of the savings you can get when you open the associate account. You can buy product in bulk with the idea that the product is shelf stable for almost 2 years. And so you can save money knowing you're going to do a 3 to 6 month plan or longer. Why not buy product in bulk, save some money, and and continue to save money as you order. And so this also, I want to just encourage you guys to consider and make sure when you set up your account that you do set up an auto ship. It's very user friendly. It allows you to not try to remember, oh yeah, I've got to order my drink to stay on that 90-day trial. And also right now our company is offering incredible savings through October around the world. When you are doing an auto ship, you're earning what we call loyalty points. And those points build up and you can go shopping with them and order product that gets shipped back to you for free. So it's another way for you and your family to bring the cost of the product down. So definitely ask the person that invited you here tonight about what's called the Stronger Together program, and which will help you understand how you can really beef up these free loyalty points, okay? I'm gonna end our presentation with an incredible quote from our founder, Vertus Norton. He's one of our founders. He says, "We are all at the start of something big with great purpose. And right now is the moment that we begin influencing the future. We can change the world." So one of the things I just want to request of all of you tonight, timing is everything. So even at this moment, if you don't feel like it's the right time for you to start the product, definitely make the time to get questions answered. Take the time to do a bit more research. If you are a bit skeptical about all this, why haven't I heard of it before? Whatever's coming through your mind. And no matter what, I guarantee within the next few years that the whole concept of cell signaling in the body and cell signaling as a supplement, which is the market that we really have developed and own uniquely in the world, will become more and more a part of the medical field and also even within our own house, because it's an important concept on how the body heals. And one of the doctors in the testimonies earlier tonight did say this changes the whole landscape of aging and healing on our planet. So this is huge. Now you know about it, and don't wait. Definitely learn everything you need to know to make an informed decision on what's best for you. Okay? With that, I'm going to stop my screen share and we're going to open it up for questions.